On Wednesday night it was announced that Liverpool had finally got their man, and Virgil van Dijk will be heading to Anfield for £75 million on January 1. Many will see this as potentially the final piece of Jurgen Klopp's puzzle, with Van Dijk expected to tighten up a back line that have seen their faint title ambitions come to a sudden halt already this season. The Reds have landed a player who will be eligible for the Champions League in the second half of the season, and he could even make his debut against Everton in the FA Cup third-round tie next Friday. Van Dijk has been assigned the number 4 shirt. But where will the Dutchman fit? Who will he play alongside? And can Van Dijk live up to his fee after Liverpool smashed the world record for a defender to get him? Liverpool have agreed a £75 million fee with Southampton to sign defender Virgil van Dijk. Liverpool's current central defenders are the epitome of average. Dejan Lovren, Joel Matip, and Ragnar Klavan would all get into most Premier League defences, but they are miles off their opposite numbers in the top 6. Liverpool and Arsenal have both conceded 23 goals so far this season, the highest among their title rivals. Van Dijk's main objective will be to organise, lead, and ensure Liverpool's defence complement the havoc that the Fab Four create in attack. Last week's meltdown at the Emirates, when Liverpool were in total control, is the most pressing example of their fragile mentality. The Dutchman's stats speak for themselves. Since making his Premier League debut in September 2015, he leads the way in aerial battles, 1 on 321, with his nearest rival, Bournemouth's Steve Cook, on 293. That presence in the air will be welcomed, as Liverpool have conceded the most goals, 36, from set pieces among the top 6 since Klopp's appointment. Van Dijk's objective will be to organise, lead, and tighten up Liverpool's under-fire defence. Dejan Lovren, left, and Joel Matip will be battling it out to be Van Dijk's partner for Liverpool. Van Dijk is also ranked highly in both interceptions and passing accuracy, although Lovren is narrowly ahead of him in the latter. Liverpool are currently 4th in the Premier League after 20 games and will be confident of going on to secure Champions League qualification if Van Dijk settles quickly. Throughout his tenure at Anfield, Klopp has largely stuck with a 4-3-3 system. That is unlikely to change with Van Dijk's arrival, and the 26-year-old will slot straight into one of the central positions in the back four. The question for the remainder of the season will be who partners him. Matip seems to be the preferred option when he is fit, but Lovren's recent performances have been fairly consistent, the Arsenal meltdown aside. Klavan rarely receives the plaudits he deserves, but the Estonian should not be a regular starter in a team with title ambitions. Since making his Premier League debut, Van Dijk leads the way in aerial battles, 1 on 321. Klopp has not been hesitant in rotating his line-up in recent weeks, but his preferred team speaks for itself. Joe Gomez and Alberto Moreno, when he returns from injury, will complete the back four, with Simon Mignolet continuing in goal. Captain Jordan Henderson is joined in a midfield trio by either Gini Wijnaldum or Emre Can, with Philippe Coutinho bridging the gap to the deadly trio of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, and Roberto Firmino in attack. Next season is where the current squad seems almost certain to lose some key personnel, with Coutinho set to depart for Barcelona in the near future. The Spanish giants came close to landing the 25-year-old playmaker in the summer, but Liverpool held firm to hang on to their star midfielder. They rejected 3 bids, with Barcelona seeing their final offer of £119 million turned down by the Anfield outfit. Philippe Coutinho seems certain to depart for Barcelona at some stage in the near future. RB Leipzig midfielder Naby Keita is set to arrive on Merseyside in the summer for £55 million. The other midfield casualty could be Keane, with reports of Juventus circling around the German, whose contract is set to expire next summer. As well as Van Dijk though, another reinforcement has already been locked down, with bustling RB Leipzig star Naby Keita set to arrive on Merseyside in the summer for £55 million. At the back, Gomez continues to develop into a fine defender and, a couple of lapses in concentration aside, seems to be ready to move into a more central role alongside Van Dijk next season. He will be hopeful of abandoning his right-back duties once Nathaniel Clyne returns to full fitness or Trent Alexander-Arnold seals a regular berth. A replacement for Coutinho will be a priority for Klopp, but it remains to be seen where or if the German can find a player of equal ability. Adam Lallana has recently returned to full fitness, and his rise to prominence under Klopp could see him sufficiently step in for the Brazilian, while Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is beginning to find his feet in the northwest. It remains to be seen whether Van Dijk turns out to be exactly what Liverpool were missing, or just the first piece of Klopp's defensive overhaul. But at £75 million, supporters will be demanding instant results from their new prized asset.